coalition
has come out to condemn this. Imagine if it was the other way around. There would be FBI on the doorstep. There would be a SWAT team. If a pro-Palestine protester threw human waste on Zionists. And this did have a very dangerous impact. To the point where a windshield of a vehicle parked right here was smashed by the items that were thrown from above. This is why we have this press conference. Here today. We are joined by within our lifetime healthcare workers for Palestine. Doctors against genocide. Muslim American Society Brooklyn. The Council on American Islamic Relations New York. CUNY for Palestine. Mamas for a free Palestine. And many more. Right here on East 43rd Street. Between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. In front of the Summit NYC. The site of the recent hate crime attack. On pro-Palestine protesters. On Monday, April 7th. World Health Day. Someone from this balcony. Again, hurled bleach and feces and heavy objects. While displaying an Israeli flag. The toxic materials. Splash onto the protest. That was attended by children. Elderly people. There are actually videos. Where NYPD. We're overheard saying that they too got hit. But yet they weren't crying about it. Yet the attack resulted in no arrest. Or charges against the perpetrator yet. They only put out a wanted poster. Much later. Due to the sustained pressure. The people in the community. Who documented this evidence. And made it publicly clear. Yet when Palestine protesters display banners, hold up speakers outside of their balconies and homes, we have personally witnessed NYPD officers scale these buildings and attempt to enter people's homes without a warrant to prevent the free speech of supporting Palestine. Yet when we are attacked with biological waste, with chemical weapons, they abdicate responsibility. The NYPD flew a drone over the protest. Did not use it to identify the attackers. For the safety of the people behind me.
The safety of the children and the elderly.
The safety of the children and the elderly.
Or even their own safety.
Or even their own safety.
They allowed the Zionists.
They allowed the Zionists
To carry out this attack.
to carry out this attack
With impunity.
with impunity.
Despite the severity of this violence.
Despite the severity of this violence,
Elected officials.
elected officials
They condemn the attack.
did not condemn the attack.
Media outlets have ignored this.
Media outlets have reported.
We know this is not an isolated incident.
We know this is not an isolated incident,
A part of a growing trend.
a part of the growing trend
In which pro-Palestine protesters
in which pro-Palestine protesters
are facing increased violence.
are facing increased violence.
Zionists who are emboldened
The Zionists who are emboldened
by escalating state repression,
by escalating state repression,
including the pro-Palestine student activists
including the pro-Palestine student activists
abducted by ICE agents,
abducted by ICE agents
and threatened with deportation
and threatened with deportation
by the Trump administration.
by the Trump administration.
The day after the attack,
The day after the attack,
another Zionist organization
another Zionist organization
publicly posted on social media,
publicly posted on social media,
inciting others to target Palestine,
inciting others to target Palestine,
Palestine protests
Palestine protests
with dog or human feces,
with dog or human feces, trash,
and bacon grease.
and bacon grease.
They offered to send text location updates
They offered to send text location updates
of Palestine protest locations
of Palestine protest locations
to a private network
through a private network
to help them coordinate these attacks.
to help them coordinate these attacks.
Finally,
Finally, yesterday,
April 14th,
April 14th,
Summit NYC
Summit NYC
terminated the lease
terminated the lease
of the tenant
of the tenant
whose brother attacked
whose brother attacked
the pro-Palestine protest.
the pro-Palestine protest.
The name of the tenant
The name of the tenant
is Daniel Cohen,
is Daniel Cohen,
and we still don't know
and we still don't
the
know
name of the attacker
the name of the attacker
who has still not been arrested
who has still not been arrested
despite a wanted poster
despite a wanted poster
being out for him
being out for him
for days.
for days.
They could have confronted him immediately.
They could have confronted him immediately.
And every day that this goes by,
And every day that this goes by,
without accountability,
without accountability,
sends a message to these Zionists
sends a message to these Zionists
that their attacks will be protected
that their attacks will be protected
by the state.
by the state.
The only reason
The only reason
the Summit took action
the Summit took action
was because of sustained pressure
was because of sustained pressure
of hundreds of phone calls
of hundreds of phone calls,
of so much damning evidence
so much damning evidence
being publicly posted
publicly posted
to condemn their inaction.
to condemn their inaction.
We have to keep this pressure up.
We have to keep the pressure up.
What happened was not normal.
What happened was not normal.
It cannot go by
I cannot go by
without accountability.
without accountability.
We are witnessing the collusion
We are witnessing the collusion
between Zionists
between Zionists
and NYPD
and